Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the new topic from paper number 9. That is, the name of the topic is Inorganic Chemistry, and the new topic we are going to start, that is the metal ligand bonding in transition metal complexes. Transition metal means this is the metal lies in d block elements in the periodic table. In last year, that is basic part 2, we have studied about valence bond theory, and in this topic we are going to study the metal ligand bonding in a transition metal complex of particularly a crystal field theory. Before starting this crystal field theory, we have to cover the following points in this topic. First is crystal field theory and its applications, that is CFT. Okay, second is factors affecting on crystal field theory. Third is low field complexes and high field complexes. High field complexes, that is in shortly it is also called as low spin and high spin. Low spin and high spin. Then we have to consider how many electrons can occupy how many d orbitals in low spin and also high spin complexes, thereby called as low spin orbitals and high spin orbitals. How many electrons can occupy their positions with paired and unpaired positions according to Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. And the most important criteria which is present in this topic is, that is John Taylor distortion. John Taylor distortion due to octahedral complex. Then we have to study the next and best suitable theory for transition metal complexes is the MOT, that is the MOT, that is molecular orbital theory. And this theory we have to see in the case of octahedral complex. By belonging this, the advantages over this crystal field theory, the advantages and disadvantages of a molecular orbital theory, also these points we have to cover in this topic. So let us start with the crystal field theory. Okay, now in 1923, the scientist H. Bethe and Van Vleck, while studying the color and magnetic properties of solid ionic cross crystal, they developed this theory. Okay, therefore the name suggests that is CFT. Okay, the long form of CFT is that is the crystal field theory. Crystal field theory. As like the valence bond theory, there is donation of lone pair of electrons from ligands to central metal ion. But in crystal field theory, all these criteria are ruled out. Because of this, crystal field theory is basically depends upon a electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. That is the bond between metal and the ligand. It is purely electrostatic. That is, it is a ionic one. Okay. Before discussing the assumptions made by the crystal field theory, we have to emphasize on the interaction of d orbitals along with the coordinate axis x, y and z. So let us first give the preference on d orbitals. See here. Basically, d orbitals are divided into two sets. First is a set called as A, set A, and second set is called as B set. According to their interactions with electron density filling about the electrons, they are divided into two types. Now the set A comprises of the group of three orbitals, d orbitals, which are, that is, called as dxy, dyz and dxz. These three orbitals are lie between the coordinate axes. They lie on between the coordinate axis. And therefore the group of three d orbitals are called as, it is called as T2g orbitals. T2g orbitals. Okay, that is, in short, we can easily say that is the set A comprises of T2g orbitals, which are nothing but the dxy, dyz and dxz. Electron density is contributed in between the coordinate axis. Okay, T stands for triple E, 2 stands for 2 and G stands for Gerardi. Therefore, the meaning of T2G is triple E degenerate. Triple E degenerate orbitals. Okay. Now, come to the set A. What is set A? See here. Set A, like set B, set B comprises of the group of two orbitals which lie on along the coordinate axis These are dx square minus y square and dz square. Okay, the electron density of these two orbitals is lie along the coordinate axis, and these are shortly it is called as Eg orbitals. Eg orbitals. Eg means doubly degenerate orbitals. Okay, thus there is a set of two orbitals. Set A comprises a group of 3d orbitals. Set B comprises set of 2d orbitals. Okay, now set A comprises of 3 orbital groups, that is dxy, dyz and dxz. Set B comprises of dx square minus y square, dz square. Set A orbitals lie between the coordinate axis and set B orbitals lie along the axis. This thing you have to keep in mind. Okay. Now total orbitals are how many? Therefore set A plus B, that is equal to how many orbitals? There are 5d orbitals. Now how these 5d orbitals are degenerate? They are having the same energy and comparatively same shape. Okay. And how they interact with the central metal ion and how they are splitting this criteria we will study in the next lecture, that is the crystal field splitting in octahedral complexes. Before seeing these octahedral complexes, we have to see the shapes of these 5 orbitals. See here. Set A, T2G orbitals. Okay. I can draw here the diagram. This is the X, this is the Y. Okay. This is also X, X, Y, Y, Z. And third is about X and Z axis. You have to draw the 3 orbitals. Which are the 3 orbitals? That is dxy, dyz and dxz. Okay. The shapes of these orbitals are like this here. Now, the electron density of dxy, dyz and dxz is contributes between this x and y, this x and y and z, and here x and z coordinate axis. That is, the electron density is contributed between the axis. So, this is the diagram of T2G orbitals. Now, we see the diagram of EG orbitals. Set B, EG orbitals. Which are the orbitals here? That is dx square minus y square and dz square. This is dx square minus y square and dz square this is about dz square. Okay. This dz square orbitals can be formed by dx square minus here dx square minus y square है dx square minus z square plus combination of dz square minus y square. Okay, now this is about dz square. Here the electron density is contributed in here and electron density is contributes in here. Okay, that is electron density is contributed along the axis. Okay, now we will see about the assumptions of crystal field theory. First, totally there are 4 assumptions of crystal field theory. First assumption is here. According to crystal field theory, when metal ion binds to the number of ligands, the diagrammatic representation of this is formation of complex is formed here, that is like this. These are the ligands. This is a formation of a complex. That is the first assumption is that is in complex formation the metal ion or a cation is surrounded by negatively charged ligands. Okay, now as we stated here that it is a metal ion is surrounded by negatively charged ions. At that time, the question arises, what are the ligands? Ligands are of here considered according to crystal field theory 2 types. First is negatively charged ligands. For example, F minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, okay, that is negatively charged species. And when there is neutral ligands, for example, H2O and NH3. Here also one can take the example of Cl minus, etc. Now, in case of neutral ligands, here they are not called as negatively charged ligands, but they are called as point dipoles. Or simple dipoles. And here negatively charged ligands are called as negatively charged point groups. Negatively charged point groups. Okay, understand this? That is, ligands are nothing but first is negatively charged ligands. For example, F minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, Cl minus, Cl minus. Okay, these negatively charged ligands are called as negatively charged point groups. But in case of neutral ligands, for example H2O and NH3, they cannot be called as negatively charged because they are neutral one. Therefore, they are called as point dipoles. In point dipoles, we have stated here that with the help of a diagram here. Suppose a point dipole, this is a positive polarity, this is a negative polarity of polarities delta plus and delta minus, and when complex is formed, that is negatively charged species is gets attached to a central metal ion which is a positively charged. Okay, therefore they are simply called as simple point dipoles. Okay, now third assumption is there. The bonding between central metal ion that is called as cation and ligands is purely electrostatic force of attraction. That is according to Vibity theory. Here in the Vibity theory, what happens? That is lone pair of electrons, that is LPs, are transferred to which? That is central metal ion. Therefore there is a sharing of electron, sharing of an orbital. Okay, now this criteria is not present in this crystal field theory because it is a purely ionic, that is the electrostatic force of attraction exists between the central metal ion and ligands. Therefore the bonding between central metal ion and the ligands is purely electrostatic. That is the bond is ionic one. That is the bond is ionic one. That is, in other words, we can easily say that there is no sharing of a electron pair or vice versa. Okay, now the last assumption in this crystal field theory is that is due to repulsion between metal electrons and negatively charged point groups, that is electrons of ligands, the degeneracy of d orbitals gets splits up into two groups. Okay, now what is the last postulate? That is, as the ligands are negatively charged, therefore in this negatively charged ligands and in the metal cations of the electrons, and these electrons and negatively charged electrons repel with each other, and due to that repulsion, metal electrons and negatively charged point groups, that is electrons of ligands, the degeneracy of d orbitals gets splits up into the two groups. Which are the two groups? Already we have give you, that is the two sets of d orbitals, that is the higher energy orbitals and lower energy orbitals. According to which criteria? That is according to the symmetry of the d orbitals and in which octahedral or tetrahedral or square planar geometry of that particular geometry, the d orbitals are split into two groups. Which are two groups? That is the T2g orbitals and Ag orbitals. Up to this, we have completed the assumptions of crystal field theory. In next lecture, we have to concentrate on the crystal field splitting in octahedral complex. Okay, thank you.